Alright, so this is going to be about how you group your objects in TinkerCAD. So you can see here I have a square with a triangle on top. It kind of looks like a house. So if I left click and drag the triangle, notice how it moves independently of that square. And a lot of times we want that. However, sometimes we want to group objects. So if I click and drag a box and highlight them both, or hold Control, or Shift rather, hold Shift and click on the red box and then the yellow triangle, I've selected these both. If I come up here, there's a group button. I'm going to click group. Notice they've become one object, and when I left click and drag, they're one. Now I made a mistake. That's too small. There's an overhang there. I can always click on the object and hit the ungroup button, and then move my objects wherever it has to go, and then highlight them again, and click group. Now it's perfect. And notice I can change the colors here. I can do multicolored to get those old colors back before they were grouped. Now, grouping works well when you have complex things going on. You might want it to be one solid object, and that's fine. However, you can also use this to do holes. So I'm going to put a hole in the side here. Now, any shape can become a hole. You have two default holes, box and cylinder. I'm going to drag out one that's not a default and show you how it's done. So I'm just going to resize this. And when you have holes, the object must intersect what it's cutting into. So for instance, if I want to make a hole directly through this object, this needs to be long enough. I'm going to use my snaps so it goes all the way through. So notice how it's going all the way through. I'm going to click the hole button, and now look at that. I have an object that goes all the way through. And what I'm going to do now is click and drag, or do the hold Shift and click all of the objects. And I'm going to click group. Now we've put a hole through our object. Now again, just like grouping or ungrouping, if I want to edit that circle in there, I ungroup it, I can click on it, I can change our numbers here ever so slightly, I click and drag, and regroup it. So holes are made by grouping. That's the other big use for grouping. Grouping is a little bit complex, but once you get it, it's really useful.